Hello my dear friend, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to teaching you how to solve two coding challenge that most of the time in some companies was as a coding interview. The first challenge that I have chosen is write a method that prints the numbers from 1 to 100. It must satisfy three conditions. The first condition say, for multiples of 3, print fees instead of the number. And for the multiples of 5, print buzz. For numbers which are multiples of both 3 and 5, print fizz buzz. And the second challenge, I will teach you how to find the minimum or the minimal value in array. Without wasting that time, let's go. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to watch more my video. I will upload the teaching video every Saturday, and you are welcome to my channel. Now let's go. I will explain in detail for every step what I have done here. Here the keyword public, what it mean. When you use the word public in the class or the method, it means that that class or the method that we have used can be accessed from other classes. Now this is the name of the class, is the first project. Here the open of the curly braces, it means that here is the beginning of the program, and the closed of the bracket, it means that here is the ending of the program. Now here is the main program. Here public static void main, here is the main program. Here round the brackets string array, all the time this main program is the same. And here we have created one method we have called here as the value. Outside this main program, you can create the 1000 method as you want. Remember, when you create one method, always you must call that method in main program. Now and here is the keyword, just a second, static, and here in the method you must use the keyword static. And now here we have private here. The reason why I have used the keyword private, it means that this method will be accessed just in this method. For some reason, if we have forgotten in any method to use the word static, that method cannot be accessed in main program. Just a second, here I can explain. Here is the main class, the main method. Let's delete, for example. Can you see that here is the red? It says that non-static method value int cannot be referenced from a static context. It means that we must put here static. Now the error has gone. The keyword void, what it means? When you use the word void, it means that we are gonna not return anything, and here the parenthesis or round bracket int mean is the integer, and this is the reference variable or argument, some say, and this is the value. This value, it means that is from data type integer. Now we must create the for loop. Here as you see that the methods say that we must print in the screen from 1 to 100. It means 100 value we must print, and to print 100 we must use the for loop. Here in the for loop we have some rules, how to say. This is the first initialization. This starts from 0, this loop, and it will end if we have, for example, the input numbers is 100. It means this loop, it will be execute 100 times. For example, let's explain. We have here this input numbers is 100, I is 0. This I will be substitute here. Is it 0 less than or equal to 100? Is it 0 less than or equal to 100? Yes, it satisfies this condition, it's true. Now it will be execute this part of the code, this body. Now here is this value input underlined numbers. It will take this value, and now I will be increment by 1. Here is the comment. We can write the code in the more optimal value. I will explain later what it means this. Here say, as I have explained, numbers which are multiples of both 3 and 5 print FizzBuzz. Now first we have the if condition. What it means this? If, and here we have one condition. Here is the first condition. If it has two conditions, to satisfy this condition must be this true, this must be true, and this true. Just write true and true and true is equal to true. This condition must be true and this true. If both of them are true, it will execute this part of the code. It will be printed FizzBuzz. But it's here is very important to explain what it means, this module. I will gonna explain. Just a second, just to delete this. Now, for example, if I has value 0, 0 module 3, what is this value? Just a second. We can write 0 module 3 is equal to 0. Just to explain, you can write 0 divided by 3. Here 0 divided by 3 is 0. 0 multiplied by 3 is 0. And here the remaining is the 0. It means this is the value 0. Can you see 0 modulo 3 is equal to 0? And the second 0 modulo of 5 is equal to 0. Now 0 is equal to 0. In this case is 0 here and 0 here. We have both of them are 0. It means that are equal, and this is true, and we'll print fizz buzz. As just to explain, can you see? Here for 0, modulo 3 is 0, 0 is equal to 0, this is true, and 0 modulo 5 is 0, 0 is equal to 0, true and true is true, it will print fizz buzz. Can you see? Now, let's go. When is here, when we execute this if, in this moment, when we have execute with if, this else if, and else, it will be not executed, it will be skipped, and it will be go in the beginning of the code. For the first time when the for loop it has run, we have I value 0. Now that value has been incremented by 1. Now the I value is 1. If you have any question, please write the comment. I have pleasure to explain. Now from this was 0, it was incremented by 1, it's 1. And now what it will do, here we have 1 modulo 3. Now 1 modulo 3, it's one as example, as I want to explain. 1 divided by 3 is 0, 0 multiplied by 3 is 0, 1, and here is the remaining. This is the module. Module. This is the value of the module, it's 1. As you see, here is the remaining, it's 1, and I, here we have 1 modulo 5. It will be remain here 1. Just a second. Now for I equal 1, we will have here, is it if, is it 1 equal to 0, and here the parenthesis, and here we have 1. Can you see, is it 1 equal to 0? No, it's false. And is it 1 equal to 0? No, this is false and this false. False and false is equal to false. It means that this part it will be not execute. Now here we have also 1. Is it 1 equal to 0? No, it's false. Is it 1 equal to 0? No, it's false. It means if none of these three conditions are not executed, it will be executed this as a default value. Else, for this example, we have I, it's 1. It will be print 1, as you can see. For this fizz buzz, the I value was 0. This is I value is 1. Can you see? For I equals 0, it will be execute this part, this condition here. For I that is equal by 1, it will be executed this default value else. Now this will be here. For I equal 2, it will be 2. For author value, when it will be executed this part, and it will become here is for loop until here, and it will be continue looping the loop until it reaches the value of that we have specified. If is the value 16, it means that this loop it will be executed 16 times. Now after executed 1 here, this value will be incremented by 1. By 1 it will be 2, and now for 2, is it 2 module 3, it's 2, is it 2 equal to 0? No, and it will not execute this part, and this part it will not execute it, and it will be this 1, it will be 2, and this will be continue. This is for I equal 3, it will be equal to fizz, and this is my solution. However, this part of the code I module 3, it is not the optimal solution. We can find the better way how to solve this. This I will comment here, just a second. The solution it will be same. Here we have here the condition say for numbers which are multiples of both 3 and 5s, print fizz buzz. Now 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. Here, for example, if we have just a second, just to delete this. For example, here, if I has a value 15, what it will be value 15 module 15 is equal, just I like more to explain step by step. 15 divided by 15, it's 1 multiplied by 15, it means that 15 minus 15 is 0. It means that remaining it will be 0. 15 module 15 is equal to 0. It means that here this value it will be 0. Is it 0 equal to 0? Yes. Now it will be executed this part fizz buzz. Now we have explained this. As you see, if here the method we have specified here 16, it means that this loop will 16 times it will be executed. If you write here, for example, 100 times, it will be 100 executed. Just a second. Here we have loop value. Can you see this value? It has, this is the integer, and its value parameter is 100. It means this for loop it will be executed 100 times. Just a second. You can press here run there, or here is run. Can you see? We have right here 100 time it will be executed. Can you see? Here is fizz buzz, as high as we have explained. Here the solution in the end is the same. Now we are going to explain author. Now the second our challenge is write a code to find the minimal value in array. Now we have the second challenge, write code to find the minimal value in array. I have written the text. What we must do: write a method called read integers with a parameter called count that represents how many integers the user needs to enter. The method needs to read from the console until all the numbers are entered, and then return an array containing the numbers entered. Write a method find min with the array as a parameter. The method needs to return the minimum value in the array. In the main method, read the count from the console and call the method read integers with the count parameter. Then call the find minimum method passing the array returned from the call to the read integers method. Finally, print the minimum element in the array. Now let's go. Here we have create the class with name second project. Just a second. Here we have write private. It means that this code it will be accessed just in this class. When we use keyword static, it means that this variable it will be accessed in this method main and in the other methods. If you don't use the static, you cannot access this variable. This scanner, it means that we will give the input value by keyboard. Now here is the main method. Here it will print in the screen number of elements. Now here say that give the value by keyboard, and that value that we will give by keyboard it will be save or store here in this variable count. After giving that number, this scanner dot next line what will do, it will be taken that value that we have give by keyboard. Scanner dot next line, after taking the value that we have give by keyboard, sometimes it can make problems, and then for that reason we must write scanner dot next line. This part of code, what it do, it advances this scanner past the current line and returns the input that was skipped. Now we have called the two methods that we have created, the read integers and other method we have here, find a minimum value. Now we have when we have here the square bracket, it means that we have to do with array. We will store the data here. When we use int, it means that is integer number, and we have create the new array that is int, and this it will be take this value count here. For example, if this count is 5, it means that it will be store here a 5 value. And now here the I value we have give here as a 1, and we have defined as a data type is integer. Now here is very interesting that we have the for loop, and we will looping through this array. First is the initialization that start from 0, and I is less than array.length. What it means this? For example, if this array it has 5 elements, this it will be 5, and then in the end this for loop it will be incremented by 1. If this is 0, it will be incremented by 1. For example, if this to explain that we have here this method is private, it means that it will be accessed just in this class. Here is very interesting. It means that in the end this array it will be returned the array value. This square bracket it means that the value it will be array. This is the name of the method, read integers. However, you can write whatever method name you want, and this is the parameter is the count, and data type is integer. As you know, integer value are 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And now this array, for example, if the count value is 5, it means it will have the 5 elements. The array always start from 0. It will have the array value start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, it means that array starts from 0. Now it has 5 elements. Now what we have here, for example, if I is equal to 0, what it mean? Array is equal to 0. When we give the input value by keyboard, for example 3, it means that 3 it will be stored in array in the first element that starts from 0, and then this a value it will be incremented by 1. In the second time, when this I it will has been 0, has incremented by 1, it's 1. Now I value it's 1. Now array square brackets it's 1. The value we have give it's 5, for example. It will be stored here as array 1, the second elements, and then the I value it will be increment, it will be 2, and so on. Now what it will do here, the maximum value here, as you can see, this method it will be just accessed in this class. It is static because in the main we have used static. It will return the integer value. Here the name of this method we have defined as find min, but you can use whatever the name you like. And here we have data type we have stored it here as a array. This parameter we have named as a array. Here is the variable min. We have stored as a variable integer. What is doing this code? This code it will be called the integer maximum value. Just a second to explain. Just control in your keyboard, control, and here can you see it has this number 21. It's billion, 214 billion numbers it has. Why I have used this is the maximum value that can store the integer. This value that is big numbers, it will be stored to min value. Now this for loop it will be executed. How many values it has this array, it will be looping through all the array value that we have. For example, if array it has 1, 2, 3, it means that array dot length is equal to 3. Can you see we have 1, 2, 3, we have 3 value. For example, if array is 2, which element is? Here start from 0 array, 0, 1, 2, it means is 3. Can you see here is 0, here is 1, here is 2. Array, the element 2 of array is 3. Now it start looping from I that is equal to 0. For example, if we have this array, if this for example is 3, is it 0 less than 3? Yes, it's true. It will execute this part of the code. Can you see this for loop? It starts from here and here. When this is true, this value, it will be execute always this part of code. In the moment that this is false, it will be break the loop, it will go out, and it will return the minimal value, min value. Now for array that is 0 here, for example array 0, it's 1 for example, and here is very interesting, is 1 smaller than that big number that is billion, is 1 less than 2 billion numbers? Yes. And now this value that we have here, can you see this value? It will be stored in min value. Now we are going, just a second. For example, if min value is 5, for example, here value is equal for example, sorry, it's 1. Can you see, because previous it was 0, we have incremented by 1, it's 1 array with index 1, it will be take that value, it will be assigned here that value. If for example we had 2, is it 2 less than this min value? If this is true, it will be execute this part of code, and until satisfy this condition it will be executed this part of the code, and in the end it will return this min value. And here can you see here in read integers we'll call that method, and this the count value. Can you see this variable that we have give by a keyboard? It will be assigned here in this method, and return array. Can you see? This return array will take from this value here. Now let's execute. Number of elements. For example, we have 3 elements, 52, write input value 16, 86 minus 69, enter. Can you see the minimum value is minus 69? Or we can try for example, number of elements it's 5, give 96, 58, minus 586, minus 6, 8. The mean value is minus 586. Can you see? I will go a little bit overview. Can you see here? We have write the class with name second project. Here is the scanner. Scanner, it means that we are going to give the input value with keyboard, and this is the variable from this class scanner. Now here it will print a number of elements. Here say that give the input value by a keyboard and store that value in this count. This integer, it means this count value is the integer. Now take that value and skip the value that can make any error. This is very important because sometimes it makes any error. When you give the input number, the cursor to accept for the next value, this is very important. Now here we have created 2 methods. Here we have create the array. For example, if we have here 5 or whatever number, it will this number count. If we have 5, it means the array will have 5 numbers. This is as a counter. A is from data type integer. This loop it starts initialization from 0. It will be looping until it loop through all the array. This I, it means that it increment by 1. This it will print this in screen. Give the input number from the keyboard. Skip the line to not have any problem. And now this value that we have give by keyboard will store here in this array. Return the array value. Can you see? Here it's returning the array value. Now the maximal value from integer will store to this min. Now we're looping through array, compare to find the minimal value and to return that value. Thank you very much that you have watched my video. If you have any question, please write in the comment. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I wish to all you all the best.